Have you ever wondered why many people want to learn guitar but actually a few people learn too? There are a couple of reasons, and one of the reasons is how you practice. In this video I'll be showing you how you should practice in the best way possible. 1. Have a clear practice schedule. Always make sure in a day you create time according to your work plan, that at this moment of time I should be practicing. So when that time comes, whatever I will be doing will have to pause so that you have to practice. It can be any time possible, 20, 30, 1 hour, but the point is create time that you should practice a clear time schedule so that at that moment of time it's on your timetable, you have to practice. 2. Your practice should have a direction. When you get your guitar, when you get your instrument to practice, you know what you're going to practice. I want to practice this. I want to practice certain chords. I want to practice a certain strumming pattern. So when you go to practice, you will know that I have to practice this, and in fact you will go do that so that you're not disrupted by doing what you're not going to do. So have a direction in what you're going to practice. Don't get your guitar and begin playing with it, but have a direction. Go with a direction. I have to practice this, and indeed do so. When you're done, stop. 3. Note down the challenges that you always face while you're practicing. This is for your own good. So when you go back to your instructor, you will put down the challenges and present them to him or her, that this is where I found a challenge, and when I was doing this I discovered this. It will also help you discover. So when you practice, always note down, as I was playing with this certain chord, I faced a problem in this. So your instructor will guide you why you faced so and how to encounter and how to overcome it. 4. Practice is personal. Note this. When you're practicing, it's a personal thing. Don't include anyone while you're practicing unless you have your instructor. But in most cases, your instructor is always away. So when you're practicing, note this. Practice is personal. Practice is personal. So don't allow anyone whisper into your ears when you're practicing. Don't allow anyone challenge you when you're practicing. There are some people always come to you while practicing that play for me this, play for me this. Yet in actual sense, you have not yet learned how to play something that person is requesting to play. Yet, what I always reply is, please, I've not yet presented myself as a guitar player. I'm still a learner. So give me time. The moment I will present myself as a guitar player, that's when you will be requesting me to play. So if I fail, that's when you will challenge me again. But practice is personal. It's performance that is public, but practice is personal. 5. Finger practices should always be done fast. Whenever you're going to practice your instrument, first do the finger practices. These are like warm-ups, like any footballer, any person who is going to do anything. So you have to warm up your fingers. So finger practices should always be a habit. Let them be a routine. Finger practices should always come first whenever you're going to practice. They act as warm-ups. They remind the fingers that we're going to play guitar. 6. Don't waste your time playing with your instrument. I already say this. Some people, instead of playing the instrument, they play with the instrument. So don't waste time. Instead of, it goes back to the point of have a direction. Don't just get your instrument, begin playing the strings, begin playing what is not even necessary. Effective practice is gainful practice. Don't waste your 20 minutes, don't waste your 30 minutes, don't waste your hour playing with the instrument while you're not gaining. At the end of the day, you should assess yourself. What have I learned? What have I practiced? Am I gaining? If you had a challenge with flexibility, moving of fingers, changing of chords from one chord to another, can I do it now? 7. Spending much time practicing does not mean effective practice. Some people think when you spend much time practicing, that's when you will gain a lot. In fact, no, it's not true. The thing is how you use the time you have. I can use 20 minutes and do, if I follow, if I have something that is clear, if I have a direction, if I have a practice schedule, I can always use just 20 minutes in a day, and I can do out something that you who spends an hour on your instrument cannot do. It just depends on how you use your time. So don't take much time practicing, but instead use the little time you have effectively.